Okay, we're ready for video 2 for today. Go ahead.
Marina, what you mentioned is a very interesting observation. When we get on a plane, we are riding uh, a lot higher than our matrix field of magnetics that we're used to. Whether they're good or bad, we're used to a particular distance from Earth. And the extreme of that is like astronauts that are in orbit. They're outside of our magnetic field, that their body is thinking that it's dying. So it starts breaking down energetically, which gets resulted in, it looks like they have cancer. Their bone density starts dropping, their muscles start, the body starts cannibalizing itself, thinking, oh, I'm dead. I'm going to start processing the death transition. When you're in an airplane, you're going through that for a few hours. If you were to ride an airplane for days, you would really start getting sick. So the answer to that is to create technology that takes your magnetic field with it. So when you're in an airplane, you can charge yourself with a clean, coherent field, a vortex, just like on Earth. There's no reason why we shouldn't have airplanes that refresh you while you travel. And as a matter of fact, you land in Paris, go to your meeting and go to your tours, and you feel happy. You're recharged and you don't know why. It's because engineers don't have love and compassion in their process. We don't have math that engineers who build airplanes understand about what is healing and what is compassionate architecture. You should be able to sit in an airplane seat that knows that your body wants to hydrate, to bring down bacteria and virus count. Cities are also opportunities to design healing technology. There are cities around the world that were designed as healing machines, with particular use of limestone and quartz, like the city of Machu Picchu. It is a type of granite quartz that resonates a particular frequency. When you get up there, most people feel like they're high, not only in the mountains, but like they've been, you know, they are awakened. This isn't it time we start building cities like this?
Yeah.
Well, it's already something for we can actually teleport into like teleportation instead of flying because you can measure the frequency of that particular city, put it in a structure of your whatever craft you have, build a plasma that is protective shield that you also has to be measured, and they can literally by finding the difference between those two locations you can teleport yourself through the portals of the pixels of quantum field into that location because you know the frequency of that location. This is known, by the way. I know they know it is doable. The technology could be completely done. We just need the proper scientists and everything to come out so everybody can do
We need
it.
the
And when you do the measurements, it's
yeah.
fundamental for this type of technologies. It has to be in a light frequency. All the math, it has to be the math of the light, not in matter.
I very much agree. We need some crazy bioarchitects like me, which I work with about 12 different bioarchitects around the world right now. And the rules that you're talking about, the mathematics, sort of work like this. You take what we understand as fractal mathematics, which is those formulas that generate those beautiful shapes. And if you're not familiar with them, go to YouTube and look at fractal animations, and you can see that one formula of mathematics can generate what looks like trees and forests. And this is the first floor of the volsahedron, and this is the top, the cap, like the dome. And you can stack these to make a structure that is several floors high. And the reason why the first floor is straight up, I mean, it doesn't curve like the wall, it's straight. You see that? Is down here is where your kitchen is, your living room, your living area, where you're not, this is the concentrator, like living inside a satellite dish when you go upstairs and go to sleep, and they both mesh with each other seamlessly. You see that? This is a fractal of this. And when you build another volsahedron next to it, and you build a third one, they form a triangle, and the energy starts flowing. And when you combine holographic understanding, meaning every piece of the system has a copy of the rest of the system, where the information used to build this is copied in the next one and copied in the next one. So people living next door to you are receiving the same benefit as you. And collectively, you create a new field. And when you build a neighborhood of 144 volsahedrons, it is enough quantum energy to charge an entire country of people that know this exists. Their awareness changes like that.
And they were also saying, I'm sorry, they were just telling me that if you build a city in a fractal and put it exactly the way the fractal light map is going to generate really a very, very powerful energy field. Does that sound right to you?
It is exactly right. When you build a fractal city, and it's a holographic fractal, it's a hollow fractal, meaning there's copies of the same algorithm over and over and over, but each version changes. So your neighbor's house doesn't look exactly like yours. And if you walk 3 or 4 blocks, you're not going to walk in grids like rectangular blocks. You're going to flow like a river through the neighborhood. The water flows, the energy, the thought. Gardens in between will capture that flow of energy. So you could have a healing herb garden between you and your neighbor that you both can eat from. And that garden starts learning from both of your families who's sick, what you are fixing about you, who has cancer, and the garden starts growing herbs that are specific to you and your neighbor. So if you go eat from a garden that's maybe a mile away, it's the same information organized in a different way that's appropriate for those people over there. And the entire city, if you were to visit one of these healing cities that we are already designing, you would enter a space of consciousness where by the time you leave, you would be transformed. You would be healed. You would be inspired to create something new. That's why I don't want to necessarily want to change or force people living in the cities. Right now in Los Angeles, for example, I want to create cities outside and create an exodus, a migration, a free will. I am not inviting people that don't get it. As a matter of fact, right now I'm just doing this for the people that like it and love it. And I'm not going to convince anybody. I don't need to explain it to anybody. Only those who are seeking to live in conscious cities.
That's right. I was told over and over again not to try to convince anybody, just to present the information, and through synchronicities, the right people will find the information, look for it, and even if somebody don't get it or say something negative, it's their opinion, and through love and light, just congratulate them or just accept their opinion because it's part of creation.
Right. I would rather take a small town and transform it.
That's right. We have an interesting question here about, are these technologies going to be easily accessible and affordable for the larger population? Let's see, he says, I envision a world where all or majority of people have access, something different from the way it is in some places where only certain people can afford stuff. So
I like that question. It opens up a huge area. Imagine that most of us, those of us who've been working in sustainability, who have been focused on bringing this technology, are the most victimized people on the planet at the moment. We've been sabotaged, marginalized, ridiculed. We've been kicked out. Everything that you can imagine has happened to us. I don't have a bank account. I don't even have PayPal right now. That stuff has been shut down. I don't have an income. When I put out, when I started this project, I put out a call in an Indiegogo campaign. I thought people would just love it and give and give. Instead of buying their iPhone 6, they would send me $20, $30. That didn't happen. So it was a huge blast for me. It's like getting kicked in the face. it's saying, Fernando, you're crazy. Not only are you crazy, you're stupid and you're a fool for doing this work. That's how my consciousness felt. And I shrunk up like this. So when people say, well, is this going to be widely available? I said, look for people like us in your life and support us. Make us a priority above soccer, World Cup soccer. Make us a priority above the what's on channel 27 of TV. Show me. It's an invitation to show people like me that you love us, that you want us to keep going forward. It has nothing to do with being able to afford it. When you're talking to a city councilman, vote for people that know about sustainability. Fire the police departments. Move people around you to say, I want this, and demand it. That's how you're going to see it around you. It's about drastic emergency action right now. Our house is on fire. And I'm sharing with you with these words pure passion, pure energy. You should be feeling like your heart jumped right when I'm talking, because I'm talking from a place that is an emergency to do this. So yes, right now I need to raise, I'm going to, and it's working, some money to build a prototype. I want to open up the platform. The response that people like me get tells us we want to share. If I don't get a response, I'm going to hide in the mountains and build this for me and my family and people who want this. It's that drastic right now. That may not be a nice, gentle, compassionate answer, but to me, I've done my bit to stop paying taxes, to stop feeding the Division of Motor Vehicles. I went out on the edge and jumped off. I'm asking others to follow.
You guys gotta understand that
so it's not a rant. It's
absolutely fundamental, and I totally understand, because I also had to stay home and just devote my life for what I'm doing right now for humanity. The same thing with him. We don't. Everything is coming to us through perhaps donation out of the heart. I don't even charge for my sessions. People do donations if they want to, and that's how I live. We have to learn how to do the manifestation, but this is collective consciousness here. So we have to really start helping each other and really implementing for this, because there are also a lot of sources there that they're using it for the self-benefits. Yes, you may be a scientist, but the first thing you think of how you can benefit yourself. So if you find scientists like Fernando that wants to really implement everything for the benefit of humanity, it's a different story. And
I'll give you an example. I've called Marina on days when I don't even have money for food or gasoline. I said, Marina, I don't know how, I need $40, $50. And she said, here. She didn't even think about it. You know, if you are making choices every day with your money to go support the movie industry, buy that poisonous popcorn and that Coca-Cola to kill your body, that's money that you could have sent people like me so we can get to work. It's that simple. Are we making the choices? So I don't have right now, and I'm looking for it, I'm healing. This is part of my own healing, the patience to do this for everybody. It's an uphill climb I don't want to do right now. I am just focusing on the people that are already there.
That's right. Well, we were told to just stay and tune in, constantly helping, and they were saying that everything is just going to turn in such a way that we're going to get the proper support and the proper people. Because nobody says that money is evil or we cannot do all this stuff. But at the same time, this is going to be a one way to build all this thing, because we're still transitioning through the monetary system until everything once we build eco-cities like that and everything is self-support through the energy and stuff like that, money no longer will be needed. So the only reason why we need the money, so we can build these systems that will support us without the monetary system. That is the goal of all that.
And I would like to give away these homes for free. We have enough money and resources in every city in the United States and Canada and in Mexico to give away these homes. The money's there. If in this call everybody donated $20 and sent it to Marina so she can send it to me, I know at least for my next thing that I'm doing, right now I'm moving out of my house in Rosarito, Mexico. I'm relocating back to San Diego to go back to work, because I have not been able to make a living being a bioarchitect in Mexico at this moment. That's where it is. So make a contribution. Show me that this is important work to you. Marina, later on put your, I don't even have a PayPal working right now. So it's that simple. That would be a couple $100, and then I know I have gas money to make it to San Diego, because I only have a place to live for the next 2 weeks. After that, I don't have an answer.
No,
And I
that's
work
right.
with other
Well,
bioarchitects
guys,
around the world in the same situation.
this is a free webinars, but if you want to distribute to help Fernando, this won't be for me or Ron. This is for Fernando. We can support his mission if you would like to contribute to that. And Fernando, you let me
And
know how
Gloria
I
made
can
a,
send you if anything comes in.
right, Gloria made a very interesting point. What I am sharing with you is authenticity and transparency. I'm also going through my own healing, and I'm working on the wording and the expression, but there's a clash of energies right now in all of us. So you are getting my authentic, transparent self as an invitation to see the truth.
Thank you so much, Fernando.
This,
Last
this, this is a compassionate response to the pain I was living in my life. This is how I'm healing, building a solution.
Yeah, that's right, by staying in your passion. That's right. Guys, we can give you last questions if you want to have, and then we're going to wrap it up.
I can't believe it. It was fast. So anybody who wants to see a Volsahedron video, just go to YouTube and type Volsahedron. There's a little intro video when I printed this. You can see.
It is
I
all
also
there.
have a Facebook site called the Center of Mass Creation. You can look it up. It has a beautiful sun. Like it. And that's where I'm publishing updates. There's an entire album of this entire project. My plan is to be in San Diego and start doing master classes at San Diego State, UCSD, Caltech, Harvard, Stanford, anywhere that'll have me, I will teach this. I've done my PhD work and it's ready.
Somebody had a question here. What are the questions, Ron?
Daedra? She has a question. Well, actually, an inquiry. Daedra says, is there anything I need to know at this point? I guess if anything's coming through from to you, Marina.
Share that what you had shared with us on your Facebook. That was beautiful.
Oh, you mean the beginning?
Yeah.
Well, the message was from the 9 and 11 dimensional beings to tell humanity that they came in and all the starships and all the benevolent beings are completely bombarding the entire planet Earth with new energy fields for the new beginning. So their request is to absolutely not engage yourselves with a negative structure, basically watching negative movies, negative games, or anything like that, because they are giving us a platform through every single reality in a grid to build a fifth dimensional structure of Earth. Basically, the negative side will not be able to interfere any longer. They will not be allowed to do that. So if we can stay constantly moment to moment to the positive, do whatever we can do best to help each other so we can create this fifth dimensional Earth of utopia. Their request is for us to understand that they were helping and extracted the negative forces will not be allowed to interfere any longer. So what you're going to see through the planet will be a series of events through synchronicity that will be like a ripple effect, and that will be the beginning of the change that will build the new technologies, new structure for the fifth dimensional Earth, and we should all contribute to that. Keep in mind that this is happening only if we collectively implement that, not only on an individual basis. They were asking to stay in a positive, to help each other, so you can create a frequency that will basically manifest and thrust us towards fifth dimensional new Earth. because they're doing their job every day, guys. I'm really telling you, they are very supportive. Higher consciousness is there, and no matter what was tried, it will never be allowed to continue. So no fear. They were talking about no fear, and absolutely stay in a positive day after moment to moment to moment.
And Marina, I do realize that there is a wound inside of me that's still healing with this money situation, and but I'm also not waiting for me to be in a perfect state of mind to do this work. Uh,
But
so
that's
there's certain things that just
again,
kind
if
of
we
cut to
can
the
think,
core.
it could be like an illusion. You know, we have to stay in a positive, so you can perceive all the help that you are needed. You
I
know.
thank you, and I want to offer my gratitude to everyone here for giving me a platform and sharing this vision. Uh, I see that bioarchitects, sustainability people, healers will become the highest sought after people on the planet soon, and we will have the resources in our hands to do this in the physical,
And will be all about
right?
helping each other, all about
Yes.
doing it. You will be proud that you're not receiving something, or you giving something without receiving, because there should be no expectations when you give, because when you give with expectations, you put in a stoppage in a structure. It's like a condition in a structure for manifestation, and it's fundamental to know that when we give out of our hearts without expectations, just for the benefit of humanity, just for the benefit of that particular human being that is a part of you in the structure, then you vibrate in the highest possibly consciousness that is available in the universal magma. Okay,
Oh,
that's how we
see,
do the manifestation, and that's how we create the utopia, that everything is incredible. And I think, Rachel, you have a question for me. What is the question, Ron? Rachel?
Um,
Yeah.
yes, and then I need to talk a bit, Marina. I want to bring something up
Yes.
to confirm something you've been talking about for a long time. I saw last night. Um, Rachel says, I would love to go back to eating raw living food, but my body is rejecting it since my second pregnancy to the point that I am losing my hair if I don't eat meat. I know you are all about detox, and I have, but any thoughts?
Yes. Okay. She is dropping the energy because of the pregnancy. The energetic field is not yet. You need to eat a bit. If this is happening, I want you to go back and eat meat until, and in the meantime, implement this juicing. And if you eat the meat, make sure you eat organic and GMO free, so you don't give anything negative stuff to your child. Once everything is completed and you give birth, try to do that again and see how your body responds to it. Then also you have to take an allergy test for all the fruits and vegetables. Because if you're allergic to any of the stuff, will absolutely start having an inflammation process in your body, which is not positive. I also want you to go and take probiotics, and the probiotics I'm going to tape it is VSL number 3.com, or you can get it in Costco. They have it there, and get it in a powder, and you start drinking it with distilled water. Move only to distilled water when you drink it. So if you have any negative chemicals in there, the distilled water will actually take it, because something that is chemical is a positive charge.
So I guess that goes the same for Ta. Also, Ta says that she's having the same reaction with her hair and nails since she started juicing. Which anything
Yeah,
different
you
for
can
her?
also be not ready for that process yet. I want you to go 2 weeks again on meat or fish, and they try that again. In the meantime, implement the juice and also take the test for allergy, because if you have allergies, that could be the reaction of it. Also, take off the cheese, take off the dairy products, because you may have a thyroid problem too. And the problem is when you go to a regular doctor, the thyroid, any of these testings, they're generic and they're not showing you when you are in the beginning of autoimmune attack. They're showing you when you already destroy your system. So you becoming a vegetable for these pharmaceutical companies. You need to find the situation when it's in the beginning of something so you can address it and not destroy the organ. So implement that, take it off, and every 2 weeks implement back and forth to see how your body feels. Okay? Is that what else we have here?
Um, that's really it.
That's really it.
I've
Hello?
shared here in the chat my Facebook page. I've shared the site where you can find the projects on the pictures of the dosahedron design process and research.
Can
And
you
I also,
say it out loud so the viewers can get it?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Say it so the viewers, whoever is watching on YouTube, knows how to get you.
Right. On Facebook, you can look up my name, Fernando Volsa, or the Center of Mass Creation, both of those places. And in YouTube, you can find my lectures with my name, Fernando Volsa. I have over 100 hours of free teaching online that you can search. And I have there a master class that was given in Holland called The Art and Science of Conscious Creation, presented at the Global Breakthrough Energy Movement Conference.
Incredible. Thank you so much.
For the seekers.
Hey, Marina, I wanted to say that, I do watch TV from time to time. There is some educational things on TV you can learn about, and I don't know how you feel about the show Ancient Aliens.
I've seen it, yes.
I've watched it for a long time, and I have good vibes from it. And here's the link.
I do want to share because we work with the Ancient Aliens team.
Well, I wanted to say that, Marina, what you've been saying since I've met you, they talked about actually 2 episodes of Ancient Aliens last night. I watched the last 2 weeks. One is called The Wisdom Keepers, and the other one is called Decoding the Cosmic Egg. And I would recommend them to anybody that is, interested in what we're talking about today. And Marina, I don't know if you've seen those yet, but
I'm not sure if I've seen those yet, but I know whatever I saw before was very good information.
Well, these are 2 new episodes, so they've only aired once was last night, and the other episode, The Cosmic Egg, I think was last night, and the other episode I talked about was last Friday. So they're the 2 newest episodes on that website link I gave, and it's incredible. They talk about that some scientists, I think if I got this information in my head right, in Japan this happened in 2013, that they confirmed that we're living in a hologram.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot
That's right. So it's already out there that.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that we're not hearing on the news and on TV. Ancient Aliens is giving us a lot of stuff, that we don't hear ever anywhere else.
Right. Ron, I do want to caution, because I do know the producers of that show and met with Giorgio. First, you have to follow the money like anything on television and see who owns that channel. Yep. You have to use extreme discernment. I think that show is roughly 33% truth, and the rest is misdirection, because there is a hidden agenda on television to guide us into the fear frequencies and guide us into the victimhood. So that is not the truth of everything. But what I do like about that show, it opens up our awareness of these beautiful subjects, and share with everyone that it is in your hands. It is available to us to go explore these things firsthand. Go to these sites, visit with some of the researchers, make contact with them, because they're very accessible, a lot of the speakers that come onto that show. And they don't necessarily have the same views that they express on the show in person. One of the great conferences is Contact in the Desert in Joshua Tree, which I've been to twice. And we'll be a speaker next year there, which will be interesting. So I wanted to put a little caution of discernment. Anything on television is at least half wrong and half right.
Because watch the television. Make your own assumptions what's happening, because they're gonna give you just a very bit of a puzzle, and you may go in completely different direction.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I have somebody is asking me, is there anything I can do about my recurring cyst in my low back?
Yeah.
He told me natural remedies about also melanoma, cysts, and anything like that. Okay. Take a organic raw eggplant, one raw eggplant. I want you to blend it in a blender, and after you blend it, I want you to cover it maybe like a 1 centimeter above it, only with organic apple cider vinegar. And when you do that mixture, let that mixture stay for 2 weeks in that area. Okay, and hopefully that will help. I think will help.
And Marina, why don't we as a group right now set a healing intention for, and I'll do a quick little invocation for Marina, which is, her name is Marina too, right?
Yes.
I saw that. So Marina, the guest Marina, take a deep breath. We're going to create a sphere of energy right here and package it with the complete healing of all issues in your body, specifically the area of your lower back. So receive this. I visualize in every cell in your body pure light and the complete restructuring of your stem cells to target that area for this cyst to be dissolved. And so it is.
Thank you, Fernando. Thank you so much for that. It was beautiful.
It's authentic and real.
Yeah, guys, I want to thank you so much for coming. I hope you liked everything Fernando and I and Ron had to say. We'll see you, I guess, in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Questions
July
and answers.
July 9th, same time, same place.
Thank you for the entire group and Ron and Marina for giving me this opportunity to share.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And if you guys want to distribute something for Fernando's project, please contact me on my website. There's a PayPal, and I will forward, whatever the donations may be to Fernando.
Thank you. And the project has had 3 years of work on it, has full blueprints, business plan, everything is ready to go. Now I'm going out there to get the money and land and people and build it. This year we want to build a prototype.
Thank you so much. And if you send any donations, could you please put that this is for Fernando's work, so I know, because at the same time I receive a lot of stuff sometimes and I don't want to mix up anything.
Thank you. I'm relocating on Thursday back to San Diego, so the timing is perfect.
Thank you so much, guys, for everything.
Namaste.
Bye, guys.
Take care, Fernando. Thank you, Marina. Take care.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.